Former President Donald Trump ordered to pay more than $350 million in fines, also banned from running a business in New York for years following that civil fraud trial here in New York State. The verdict sending shockwaves among critics over its punitive nature, as Trump himself called the ruling purely political.
This is Russia, this is China, this is the same game. All comes out of the DOJ, it all comes out of Biden. It's a witch hunt against his political opponent.
With us now with a reaction, former Whitewater Deputy Independent Counsel Saul Wisenberg. Saul, we've been talking about this all morning long. I want to get some of your big takeaways from what went down here.
Well, a $355 million disgorgement judgment when there is no victim and there is no loss and there is no jury. Here is the key here. You have a district attorney that ran, an attorney general of the state of New York that ran on a Get Trump platform. She could not manufacture a criminal case, so she manufactured a civil fraud case, went to a basically jurisdiction where she got a Trump-hating judge who rendered this verdict, again, no loss, no victim, no jury. But you have to look at the broader pattern here. Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan DA, ran on a Get Trump platform. Fani Willis in the state of Georgia ran on a Get Trump platform. So you have to connect all the dots. None of these people, none of these DAs or AGs should have been involved in the case when they ran on a platform of getting Trump. How can you say that's not political? How can you get any more political than that?
Meanwhile, a topic we haven't really gotten to yet this morning, but I think will be fascinating. Special counsel Robert Hur is expected to testify publicly next month at a House hearing. This is on the classified records probe and, of course, that bombshell report that he put out last week. I mean, Saul, the knives are going to be out for him on the Democratic side of the aisle. They went from saying, oh, it's an independent investigation to he's a Republican, right? That'll be interesting to see how they come after him. I think the Republicans might just say, hey, if this is being mischaracterized, if you're lying, let's see the transcripts. The White House doesn't seem too eager to say yes to that, do they?
They are not, and that would be a simple solution. But, you know, to say he's a Republican, he is a Republican, Hur, the special counsel, but it kind of misses the mark. He's kind of a typical, insider establishment Washington guy. That's not saying his report isn't valid. I'm just saying to cast him as a partisan Republican, that just won't wash. Everybody knows that isn't true. But really, I don't expect much of anything from his testimony. In a way, the part of his report that talks about Biden's, what appears to be Biden's declining mental faculties and how that would be sympathetic to the jury is really not the big issue. The issue is the substance of the report. So I don't expect much here. I expect a whitewash, really, in the testimony.
Saul Wisenberg, thank you so much.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.